Good afternoon, friends. This is Dr. Anuj, and I've been giving talks at a lot of colleges, including Soma Medical College, Soma Management, and MD College, and some schools where I go. And whenever I give a talk on, the lessening of violence by becoming vegetarian, a lot of people immediately ask me and give me emails, and there are so many emails that I've got right now who have asked me that. Why do the other religions like Islam and Christianity don't propagate being vegetarian? Why are they so much positive about being non-vegetarian? Well, this is a big misnomer. If you were to be knowing about the religion properly, even Islam and Christianity to a very large extent are advocating to be vegetarian. 22.37, that's in the Quran, it advocates that the killing of an animal, in that particular process, only the pity and devotion reaches Allah. That meat does not reach. You can go through it. Ultimately, if you see the process of Zabah, that is a process in which the sacrifice is done on the animal, there is a huge injunction to it. Not everybody is allowed to do Zabah or sacrifice. It is a person who has a knowledge about the 5 times of namaz. He usually performs 5 times namaz. That person is the one who is advocated to do that zabah, that sacrifice. In that particular process, only 3 times you have to strike the neck of an animal, and the voice should not be heard. Even the regurgitant food should not come out while you are killing that animal. The neck of that animal should be towards the Makkah, should be towards the holy Kaaba. The animal should not be immediately fed. He should have been fed earlier so that the food doesn't come out. Then a kalma has to be again read after the killing of that animal, which is to be done. Eye to eye contact has to be maintained after killing that animal, so that that person is having that sign of pity. He knows what is it to go through that particular sacrifice when that animal is completely in a bad shape. So after that, then this animal is to be consumed where it is a sacrificial animal which is to be consumed, if at all it is to be done. After that, if you really study the Quran properly, in many injunctions it is said that when there are a lot of people consuming that meat, 40 fowls if have to be sacrificed. Instead of that, less the number of animals which can be killed, that is 10 camels can be sacrificed. If there are still more number of people, cattle which is on the lesser number have to be sacrificed. So the injunction is, it is not about killing all the time, it is about lessening the number of killings which are done, lessening the animal slaughter which is done. Even if you see the ihram, that is the cloth that they wear, unstitched cloth when they go for the Hajj part, it is said during the whole circumference of Mecca, even when we are walking, when we are having a grasshopper by the side, it is said that it has to be brushed across. During the way that they wear the ihram, it is never allowed. The ihram, when they are wearing, it should not have violence to be done or any kind of sportive activity done at that place of Mecca where you are killing animals. Even when you are killing, the whole criteria has to be that it is not to be done on a hard land, it has to be done on a mud part, it has to be on a softer ground. So many injunctions are there for the killing of animals. It is not just a rampant process, right? There is Al-Ghazali, a very famous authoritative person who was the head of the caliphate, and he has written a lot of wonderful writings, and in his writings, which are very respected, he has said that the meat of the cow is mars. It is a disease to eat the meat of a cow. Very clearly he injuncts that the milk of that cow is taken up as kind of a remedy. It is said at Safa, the milk of the cow is considered as Safa, and the ghee, that is the buttered milk which comes out, churning part, which after the milk with the ghee comes out, it is considered as dawa. It is considered as a remedy for the human mankind. A very profound scholar who has written all this. Also, if you see the life of Prophet Muhammad, he died at a time where he was given meat which was poisoned by a non-Muslim, and he consumed that meat, and he died in 632 AD. So 2 years he was completely bedridden after eating that meat, which he voluntarily didn't allow his followers to eat. And there are a lot of Islamic scholars who write that he was not given, or he voluntarily didn't allow the others to eat because he wanted to proclaim to others that eating meat is not a right injunction all the time. So many injunctions which are mentioned about non-violence, even in the Christian tradition. The first commandment, we are going to Christianity now, as it is not ordained to be killing anybody and everybody, and it is a very violent act, which is the first commandment which is written is thou shalt not kill. Kill what? Today people are taking it on a different subjective. They are saying thou shalt not murder. Why are we changing the scriptures? A very clear injunction, thou shalt not kill, and in Hebrew it is said lo tirtzat. Lo tirtzat in Hebrew means thou shalt absolutely abstain from killing. So a very clear injunction even in the Christian tradition. And Saint Francis, a very revered saint in the Christian tradition, is known for his love for animals. Arthur Schopenhauer, the 19th century saint, has very clearly mentioned in his writings that the Christians believe that there is no soul in the animals, and that's why the morality has to be for only the human beings. It is not to be for everybody. But Arthur Schopenhauer has very clearly mentioned that the morality, the right to live is to be done for every person. It is not just for animals or for human beings, but for all the creatures of this creation. A very clear injunction. Even in the Hindu tradition, a killing is not a direct proposition. Yes, it has been there from a long time, but the injunctions are that whenever you want to sacrifice the goat or that animal, whatever you want to sacrifice, has to be taken away from that particular village to a temple of goddess Durga, and it has to be sacrificed saying this particular saying that mo amsa, that is, today I am killing you, but tomorrow in your next life you can kill me. So in every tradition of the world there are certain limitations for the killing of animals. It is not a freedom that anybody can consume meat. Today, unfortunately, in the name of religion, so many wrong things are happening. In Islam, if you see the way that the sacrifice is done, it is just an animal taken and said Allahu Akbar and sacrificed. Wrong. And some Muslims say that, oh, that particular injunction of doing zabah in that huge process of getting kalma 5 times namazi, it is only for Bakrid. Who said? Where is it written? Why change the scriptures? Even in our Indian tradition, the Hindu tradition, it is mentioned that you should not buy meat and eat. It is very clearly mentioned, but today people are just buying to satisfy their senses and their tongue and eating non-vegetarian food, which is not ordained in any scripture of the world. Let me be very clear about it. Thank you very much.